Spartacus was a Thracian, likely a former auxiliary soldier in the Roman army before being enslaved. He was sent to a gladiator training school in Capua, where he was forced to train as a fighter for public entertainment. In 73 BCE, he and around 70 other gladiators escaped, seizing kitchen knives before acquiring real weapons. What followed was not just an escape, it was the beginning of the Third Servile War. Spartacus proved to be more than a skilled fighter. He demonstrated tactical intelligence, defeating multiple Roman forces sent to suppress the rebellion. His army eventually grew to tens of thousands of escaped slaves. Although he was ultimately killed in battle, Spartacus became a lasting symbol of resistance against oppression. Unlike most gladiators, his legacy was shaped not only by the arena, but by open warfare against Rome itself. Crixus was a Gaul and one of Spartacus' closest allies. Known for his physical strength and aggressive style, he commanded a large portion of the rebel army during the slave uprising. Historical sources suggest he favored direct confrontation rather than strategic retreat. At one point, Crixus separated from Spartacus' main force and engaged Roman legions independently. This decision proved fatal. Spartacus reportedly held gladiatorial-style funeral games in his honor, forcing captured Roman soldiers to fight to the death, a symbolic reversal of power. Flamma was a Syrian gladiator whose career is unusually well documented. He won 21 matches, fought to draws multiple times, and was defeated only 4 times. What makes Flamma remarkable is that he was awarded the Rudis, the wooden sword symbolizing freedom, 4 separate times. Choosing to remain in the arena suggests that gladiatorial fame, financial reward, or identity may have outweighed the risks of continued combat. His decision challenges the assumption that all gladiators desperately sought freedom. Commodus was not a typical gladiator. He was a Roman emperor. Ruling from 180 to 192 CE, he became obsessed with arena combat. He frequently appeared as a gladiator, fighting animals and occasionally humans in staged matches, designed to guarantee his safety. While he likely possessed some combat training, his performances were carefully controlled spectacles. Roman elites viewed his participation as degrading to imperial dignity. His obsession with presenting himself as a warrior contributed to political instability, and he was eventually assassinated. Commodus represents how the arena could influence even the highest levels of Roman power. Priscus is known from a poem written by the Roman poet Martial. He fought during games held by Emperor Titus. His most famous match was against another gladiator, Verus. The fight between Priscus and Verus was described as evenly matched, prolonged, and fiercely contested. Neither fighter could overpower the other. Eventually, the emperor granted both men freedom, an extraordinary and rare decision. Priscus became a symbol of honor and balance in combat rather than pure brutality. Verus shared his fame with Priscus. Their duel became legendary precisely because it did not end in decisive bloodshed. Instead, it demonstrated endurance, equality, and technical skill. In a culture obsessed with victory and defeat, their shared pardon stands out. It suggests that Roman audiences valued spectacle and drama as much as death. Verus' legacy shows that not all gladiatorial glory came from killing an opponent. Sometimes it came from surviving one. Carpophorus was a venator, a beast hunter rather than a traditional gladiator. Ancient accounts claim he killed multiple wild animals in a single event, including lions, leopards, and bears. Animal hunts in the arena symbolized Roman domination over nature and distant lands. Exotic animals were imported from across the empire. Carpophorus performances were meant to display courage and control in the face of unpredictable danger. Whether all the stories are exaggerated or not, his reputation reflects the Roman appetite for increasingly dramatic violence. Tetraites is known primarily from Roman mosaics that depict him in combat, suggesting he achieved significant popularity. He appears to have been a Secutor, a heavily armed gladiator designed to pursue lighter opponents. The survival of his image in art indicates fame beyond a single event. Gladiators who became recognizable figures could develop a following among spectators. Tetraites represents how arena fighters could become early forms of celebrity within Roman society. Spiculus rose to prominence under Emperor Nero. As one of Nero's favored gladiators, he reportedly received wealth, gifts, and even property. His relationship with the emperor elevated his social standing beyond that of a typical slave fighter. Spiculus demonstrates how political favor could dramatically alter a gladiator's fate. However, this closeness to power also made him vulnerable to political shifts after Nero's death. Marcus Atilius was unusual because he was born free. Facing debt, he voluntarily entered a gladiator school. This decision shows that gladiatorial combat was not exclusively forced upon slaves. In his early fights, Atilius defeated experienced and previously undefeated gladiators. His victories challenged assumptions about hierarchy within the arena. Skill, discipline, and courage could sometimes outweigh reputation. The Essidari were gladiators who fought from chariots, inspired by Celtic and British warfare traditions. Their presence in the arena added speed and spectacle. Fighting from a moving platform required coordination and control. These battles were visually dramatic and symbolized Rome's absorption of foreign combat styles into entertainment. The Retiarius was lightly armored and carried a net and trident. His strategy relied on agility and precision. By casting the net, he attempted to entangle his opponent before delivering a finishing strike. Because of his minimal armor, the Retiarius was vulnerable. His fighting style emphasized speed over brute force. The Murmillo was heavily armored, carrying a large rectangular shield and a gladius sword. His helmet was decorated with a fish-shaped crest. He relied on endurance, defense, and calculated strikes. His role was often to absorb attacks and gradually overpower lighter opponents. The Secutor was specifically designed to fight the Retiarius. His smooth, rounded helmet minimized the risk of being caught in a net. Built for pursuit, the Secutor's strategy was relentless pressure. He aimed to close distance quickly and eliminate the Retiarius' mobility advantage. Thracian gladiators, inspired by warriors from Thrace, carried a curved blade known as a sica and a smaller shield. Their fighting style emphasized speed and targeting exposed areas. They represented Rome's practice of transforming foreign martial traditions into structured spectacle.